I am Mohammad Saleem. I have completed my post-graduation and PhD from Aligarh Muslim University. Today, we are going to study one of the most important topic of biology, that is chloroplast. In this topic, we will discuss where it is present, what is its structure, and what is its functions. We have studied that this chloroplast is a type of plastic. What plastics are? Plastics are double membrane bound organelles which helps in the photosynthesis and they store the specific pigment in their body which gives the specific color to the plant part. On the basis of pigments present in the plastic, these plastics are classified into three different types. One is chromoplast, another is leucoplast, and the third one is chloroplast. Chromoplast shows the presence of pigment carotenoids like carotene and xanthophyll. Its main function is to impart or to give the color to the plant parts, and it also helps in the photosynthesis. It helps in the photosynthesis, and it is mainly present in the flowers and fruits. Fine. So talking about the leucoplast, this is the colorless plastic. It shows the absence of any pigment, so it is colorless plastic, and its main function is the storage of food. It is mainly present in the non-photosynthetic region of the plants. Non-photosynthetic regions of the plants, like root, stem, bulbs, it is mainly present over here, and it mainly helps in the storage of food. On the basis of the particular food being stored by this leucoplast, it is further being classified into three different types. This is amyloplast, this is idioplast, and this is proteinoplast. Fine. When the food is stored by this leucoplast in the form of starch, we say it that it is known as amyloplast, and when it is in the form of fats, it is known as idioplast, and when it is in the form of proteins, it is known as proteinoplast. Right? Now coming to the chloroplast, which is our main topic. This chloroplast shows the main presence of main pigment, which is green in color, that is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is present in chloroplast. Fine. regions of the plant. Photosynthetic regions of the plant. Right? Like leaf, mesophyll cell and production cells of the leaf. And its main function is to carry out photosynthesis. Fine? To carry out photosynthesis. And due to this, it is also known as photosynthetic apparatus. So, one question is clear from this, that why plants are green in color. This is mainly due to presence of this chloroplast, and why? Due to presence of this green colored pigment, that is chlorophyll. Fine? Now we have to study the structure of chloroplast. Coming to the structure. Right? Structure of this chloroplast. Like I said that it shows the presence of two membranes. It is the double membrane bound organelle, and it shows two membranes. One is the outer membrane and another is inner membrane. Fine? This is the outer membrane and this is inner membrane. Right? This outer membrane and inner membrane is separated by a space which is known as periclastidial space. Periclastidial space. Fine? And the space is being enclosed by this inner membrane. Inside this inner membrane is the space which is being enclosed by this. It is a fluid-like structure which is known as stroma. What is it called as? It is known as stroma. Right? And inside this stroma are present various granular structures which are known as gram. Right? These granular structures are present inside this stroma. It's known as granum, and it is singular, and when there are many granum, we call it as gram. So we will study these structures in a detail. Outer membrane. This is a lipid bilayer structure. This outer membrane is a lipid bilayer structure, and it shows the presence of various porin proteins. These are the specialized proteins through which the material will easily pass through the cytoplasm inside the chloroplast and outside the chloroplast. And due to presence of these porin proteins, this membrane is said to be permeable membrane. Permeable membrane. Fine. This is all about the outer membrane. Now coming to the inner membrane. This inner membrane is also a lipid bilayer structure. However, it is permeable membrane. Why this is selectively permeable? Because it shows the absence of poring proteins, unlike to that of the outer membrane of this chloroplast, and precisely we can say that it is semi-permeable membrane. Only the selected molecules get passed inside this chloroplast or outside this chloroplast. Now coming to the third part, that is the stroma region. This stroma region. Right? This stroma shows the presence of various proteins or amino acids. Right? It shows the presence of water. It shows the presence of ribosomes. It shows the presence of double-stranded circular DNA. It shows presence of riboscope, and it is said to be the site of dark reaction. Fine. Besides this, various starch granules may be present here. Starch granules, ribosomes. But the ribosomes present in this chloroplast are prokaryotic, that is 70S ribosomes. As it is believed that this chloroplast is originated from the prokaryotes, so it shows the presence of 70S ribosomes, prokaryotic in origin, which we will in detail we will study about this, how chloroplast will originate. It shows the presence of various double-stranded circular DNA. Fine. And due to presence of this double-stranded circular DNA, the chloroplast is also called semi-autonomous organelle. What it is called? It is called as semi-autonomous organelle. Semi-autonomous organelle. The proteins required by this chloroplast, few proteins that are synthesized by this chloroplast DNA by itself or its functioning, although majority of the proteins came from the nucleus. However, the chloroplast synthesizes its own proteins for its own functioning, so it is said to be as autonomous organelle, semi-autonomous, and it is also a self-replicating organelle. Self-replicating organelle. Why? It shows the presence of this double-stranded nuclei. If any plant cell require more photosynthesis, what it do is that the cell does not need to be divided. It only increases its number of this chloroplast so as to increase its photosynthetic potential. That's why it is known as self-replicating organelle. Besides this stroma shows the presence of various starch granules. Fine. It shows the presence of one of the most abundant protein, that is the riboscope. Riboscope is generally an enzyme which helps in the carbon dioxide assimilation, and this is present in the stromal region of the chloroplast. Beside this stromal region, the fluid-like structure which is present inside this chloroplast, it is said to be the site of this dark reaction. What happens here? The dark reaction of this. Okay. So coming to the thylakoids, or I could say the granum, or granum. The last portion of this chloroplast, granum. When it is singular, we call it as granum. When there are various granums, we call it as granum. How does this grana or granum originate in the chloroplast? Simply, we could say that it is formed by the invagination of this inner membrane. Invagination of this inner membrane of the chloroplast occurs, infolding occurs, and due to this the vesicle-like structures get formed, and this vesicle structure are known as thylakoids. What these are known as? These are known as thylakoids. And when these thylakoids get stacked over one another, they form the structures. When they got the stacked over one another, they form the structures called as granum. Fine? They form the granum. And on the basis of this granum, chloroplast are actually two types. One is granular and other is agranular. That type of chloroplast which shows the presence of this granum, they are known as granular, and which shows the absence of this granum, they are known as agranular. Coming to this structure of this thylakoid, single thylakoid. When we study this single thylakoid, it is a lipid bilayer structure. Fine? This membrane is a lipid bilayer. It is mainly a site of the light reaction. Light reaction of the photosynthesis occurs in the granum portion. There are various proteins present in its membranes, like pigment system second, pigment system first. Okay, like pigment system second, plastoquinone, cytochrome B6F complex. We would study this in detail in the photosynthetic topic, like plastocyanin. And inside this thylakoid is a space which is known as lumen. Inside this lumen there are various ions, fine, and there are oxygen evolving complex which helps in the photolysis of water. This lumen is actually the site of photolysis of water. Actually the lysis of water occurs here. Fine? This lumen. So, concluding the structure of this chloroplast, it shows the presence of two membranes, double membrane, outer membrane and inner membrane, which is separated by a space known as periplastidial space. It shows this inner membrane encloses a space which is known as stroma. It shows the liquid-like substance in which proteins, amino acids, double-stranded circular DNA and various granular structures are present, which are known as grana. Fine. The main function of this chloroplast is to carry out the photosynthesis. Main function of this chloroplast is to carry out the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis means that plants have the ability to prepare their own food with the help of light and chlorophyll. Fine? Water, carbon dioxide. Okay? And it involves two types of reaction. One is light reaction and another is dark reaction. And this light reaction occurs in the granum and the dark reaction occurs in the stroma region. Where it occurs? It occurs in the granum, whereas this dark reaction occurs in the stroma. Thank you.